Hi everyone, Craig Stage, Superintendent for the Athens Area School District, and if you look around, I'm not in the wild. I'm here in Athens, but we were able to capture one of our Wildcats who came back to visit, Mr. Nate Close. Thank you, Nate.
Yep.
Nate, what year did you graduate?
Graduated in 2009.
2009, so just a couple days ago.
Yeah. No, many moons, actually.
Many moons ago. And what do you do now?
Yeah, right now I'm a software engineer for Amazon out in Seattle, Washington.
So you live in Seattle?
Live in Seattle, yep.
I definitely wasn't going to come find you.
Yeah.
That's a long trip.
It's a bit more wild.
It's really wild in Seattle. How did you, so you must have done some training, some technical training, some college. How did you go from being a Wildcat to being a software engineer for Amazon?
Yeah. So I went to the University of Pennsylvania, did a 4-year degree there, got a bachelor's of science in engineering, majoring in computer science. So my schooling was learning, taking programming classes, learning how to program, but also a lot of math and theory type of classes to kind of really understand how computers work and how we can write software to make them do what we want them to do.
And now you work for Amazon.
Went out to Seattle in 2013 to work for Amazon. I'm working on their retail side, so kind of working to get products to customers more easily and figuring out what customers want to do and how to kind of match them to the products that we have more easily.
It's really awesome to meet someone like Nate because Amazon is such a part of a lot of our lives, and obviously the retail side. Just so you know, like our school purchases a lot of their school supplies through our Amazon account because we can get products delivered to us in a timely manner. We get the best rates. Sometimes the best prices come through Amazon. So it's really great that we have that connection with someone like you. Nate, I'm going to ask you to dig back into the memories. Is there any specific memory or moment that you can recall that really exemplified your time in Athens and highlighted the Wildcat spirit?
Yeah, the Wildcat spirit, that's a good question. I think, I played soccer when I was in Athens, so I think, I don't know if I have a specific soccer memory, but I think in general the time playing soccer and winning and losing together with a team, I think, the spirit there was captured, but I also think that was where I learned a lot of the skills that I'm using today and a lot of things around teamwork and figuring out your role on a team. You don't have to be the star player. You don't have to be, doing everything every game, but you play a role and everyone plays a different role. So I think that kind of, teamwork environment and celebrating the wins and the failures together really kind of is what I took away.
There's so much to be learned by being a student athlete. That is something people don't understand, and there's a lot to be learned in the classroom here in Athens, but there's also a lot to be learned outside of the classroom too. That makes us who we are. So it's really nice to hear. Nate, I was just thinking, do you feel like being a Wildcat helped you be successful in where you are today? Yeah,
I do. Again, the teamwork aspect for sure, but I think another big takeaway I took from Athens is the sense of community. My community obviously changed when I went to college and also when I moved to Seattle, but I think knowing or learning to kind of always lean on your community when you need them was really important. In college, there's certainly times when I think everyone feels really stressed out or feels like they're not kind of achieving what they want to achieve, but that I think is the perfect time to lean on the community that you've built and to get help from them and to work through problems with them rather than trying to tackle everything alone. I think that's kind of what Athens spirit is always about, is kind of making sure you're bringing along your neighbor with you and everything.
I would agree with you, and being a person that's I've been in this community as the superintendent since 2013, 2014. It all depends on who you're talking to and when I officially say I was in charge. But I do think, like, I've said this to others, I've said this to my administrative team, I've said this to other coaches. Wildcats really never walk alone. They really never walk alone, and it's great that you kind of emphasize that. So let's not keep you. You're a busy guy. You're actually visiting one of our classes today, giving them some advice and kind of sharing what you do, and I thank you for that, by the way. Thank you for coming back.
For sure.
If you could, we got a few minutes, and I have several dozens of followers who are dying to know. If you were to give some of our future Wildcat graduates some advice, what would that be?
Yeah, I think my biggest advice is to travel, and you don't have to travel far, but to kind of think about getting kind of different perspectives and learning about how other people elsewhere kind of think and feel and the problems that they're experiencing and things like that. Athens is a very great community, but it's also kind of a small community. So I think it's really important to make sure that you're seeking out those different perspectives and different ways that people are thinking, and to kind of incorporate that into what you're doing.
Well, that was interesting. I've never had that happen before. The battery died just as we were wrapping up our conversation. So thank you to Mr. Close. I really appreciate him taking the time to fit us into his busy schedule. He took the interview on short notice. In fact, I only gave him a few minutes notice, and he did great. And he makes us all proud to be a Wildcat. So thank you very much, and go Wildcats.